Hello and welcome to my very busy weekend. Let me get my handy little book out here to tell you what I planted in the month of March. Desert zucchini, new Carota carrot, lacanado kale, or however you say that, red noodle beans, butterscotch butternut squash, Florida giant watermelons, Jubilee watermelons, echinacea flowers and marigolds, broccoli de seco, and cucumber. I think it's just the Market More variety. I also put up a trellis. Today, my boyfriend and I took just 1 hour out of the day, which was pretty impressive, to put up a trellis. We still have to kind of support it on the sides. It kind of leans a little bit, but right now it's going to be perfect for the size we have of the noodle beans that I just transplanted outside. So we lined up the red noodle beans alongside one of the leftmost rows of strawberries, and then we put stakes in the ground, and we're deciding to use cattle paneling because we think it'll just be a bit stronger, because I want to grow butternut squash up it, and I'm also going to grow stuff on the other side, stuff that needs less light, more shade, but it still loves this heat we've got going on in the month of March, which you may not have, but down here, it's hot. I also recently transplanted the one carrot I had that I was talking about the previous video. I think that was, what, 2 weeks ago? 1 week? It's doing great, actually. It's been outside for, I think, 2 days. It's just loving it, loving the sun. So I put mulch around it. We had this place where I did plant a strawberry. I think I had planted it a little too high, so its roots dried out and it eventually died, which is okay. So now I'm just utilizing that soil for something else. So I planted a bunch of carrot seeds there and put mulch over it because they really need to stay moist, and also to help block out the sun from some other weeds. And carrots don't exactly need sun in the beginning to germinate, but they like the heat. So we'll see if it's hot enough for them to germinate straight outside. If not, I have plenty of carrot seeds right now, so I'm just gonna start some more transplants inside. Today, I transplanted 4 plants onto the shady side of the trellis, or what will be the shady side of the trellis. 2 desert zucchinis and 2 butterscotch butternut squash. They love the heat, but not so much the intense sun. Those I did start inside, and I think I had them going for a good couple weeks. I'm also planting quite a lot of cucumbers, but I'm not direct sowing them. So I'm gonna start those inside. I'll put them out in the daylight and take them in when it's dark and put them under some grow lamps just to kind of supplement some extra light to them, because I really want them to start going. I have too many cucumber seeds, and last time it just didn't work out, so I'm gonna plant a bunch and see what survives. That's kind of how we do it around here. Oh, I have a strawberry growing, a full strawberry. So in the last video, I was telling you about how this plant had a flower, and I decided I was just gonna leave it, and it's turned into a little strawberry. It's still green and kind of compact. I took today, while my boyfriend was building the trellis, to mulch, which is something we've been meaning to do, and especially now that the strawberries are coming out, we really should have done it earlier. Oh well. And also, he did some of the bean plants, and we of course mulched the new transplants on the shady side of the trellis, the zucchini and squash. Our pepper plants are doing great. One of the jalapenos is looking ready. I'm just kind of leaving it on there. Jalapenos actually turn red, if you didn't know that, and as they turn red, they get a lot more spicy. So it's kind of leaving its green phase and turning into this brownish red right now. Eventually it'll turn bright red, and I'm not sure if I'll leave it on till then, because they really do get so spicy. But if you're making like a soup, it's really good to just throw that in there. But if you're wanting to eat it a little less cooked and a little less diluted, you're gonna wanna pick it before it gets red, unless you like really hot peppers. Speaking of peppers, I could not resist seed shopping. So I got cayenne peppers, which I've never grown. We only have poblano and jalapenos right now. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. I've only ever used the powder, and I do use it a lot in soups and meats of some sort. I bought a few flower varieties. You know, I've been having trouble with my marigolds. They're not coming up. So I just planted a whole new round of marigold flowers, and I hope some of them come up. I've read that they need the soil to be warm and they need a lot of light to germinate, which that might have been the problem, as well as keeping the soil moist. So right now I'm watering them just so the soil's moist, keeping them outside in the daylight so they get that intense sun. I take them inside when it's dark because the temperature is kind of like 50s to 60s at night. I have the African Cracker Jack marigold variety, and I couldn't resist buying potatoes because I eat so many potatoes. So why not try to grow them and just see what the heck happens? A couple of the echinacea flowers have come up, which is super exciting. They look so not like what I was expecting. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but they look different. They're all fluffy and big leaf. Oh yes, we also made a bonfire maybe a couple days to a week ago because I'm planning on taking the ash and using it on these strawberries, and I'm gonna do that pretty soon. If I don't get to it in the next few days, I'll just get to it on my next off day in a week. It's because it has a lot of potassium, so that is really good when the strawberries are trying to bloom and create berries. It's not good for when you want to create the foliage to support said berries, more so in the winter and early spring. I mean, we are in early spring, but mine seem to be blooming very early, so I like to get them some potassium that they can munch on. That will hopefully help their berries grow. I'm also excited to have this row of beans going because I heard that beans are a nitrogen fixer. So they take nitrogen from the air and kind of store it in the roots, and other plants also benefit from that as well as the soil. It's got this like little bacteria that grows on the roots. I have kind of defeated most of the worm problem that I was talking about last week. I just don't really see them anymore, although I have noticed that our strawberries have this purple, it's a fungus, I believe, that creates the leaves to have little spots. When I was reading up on it, people said you should just be mulching, which I delayed for too long. So if you plan on having strawberries, mulch on top of them, like just put a layer of, I'm using pine mulch. Try not to water the leaves, and just pray that it all works out. Honestly, sometimes I feel like no one knows a gosh darn thing about plants. We're all just kind of guessing. And especially when I look online for solutions, I'm like, what? Because a while ago, I was dealing with powdery mildew, and the internet made it seem like it was completely hopeless, like you should throw away that entire plant. And I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. But I just picked off the leaves that had it. I mean, they were really bad and it just grew new leaves, and it's doing completely fine now. Whenever I notice any mildew and I check under the leaves, I just pick it off and it's totally fine. So who knows, honestly. We're kind of just seeing what happens. Yeah, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week in the next video. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.